Hi everyone, Vijay here. So today we're going to talk about how we create our alignments anatomically with what you already have. So I think I've seen on the group that some people say, oh, I'd like it like this, I'd like it like that. This is anatomics and engineering. So as much as we'd like to accommodate you, if it's going to jeopardize the longevity of our solution, then the answer is just simply no, which is why we produce these files to show you what is possible, which is the optimal balance of compromises. So if we look closely at this particular case, we are looking at the start position, which is in blue, okay? And what we can do from this is do what we call an outline setup to match the face. It's almost never that anything that we deal with is in the right place to begin with, but the problem is the patient will have gotten used to that for such a long time. We need to put it back to what is anatomically correct. So we can see on the image here that we're toggling between the blue, which is the start position, and the white, which is where we want it to go. And then we go all the way back to the jawbone and make sure everything sits inside that bony envelope. Because remember, we've got the tongue on the inside and the cheek and the lips on the outside. And some of you will have experienced some cheek biting, some tongue biting, and this happens because of the limited anatomy that we can work with, and we're encroaching into tongue space. A simple example is people who haven't had back teeth for years and years and years, and we suddenly give them back teeth. Here is another case, similar kind of thing, full denture at the top and a few teeth left at the bottom and realigning, and this person's been like this for decades. So just suddenly, instantly doing that transformation means that it causes all kinds of readaptations for the muscles, and it's always the muscles that take the most amount of time to readapt. The muscles for chewing and the muscles for speech are the things that take the most amount of time. In relative terms, bone healing and bone remodeling is much faster, and gum healing is even faster than that. Okay, so it's always the muscles that come at the end, which is why when you have a hip replacement, you have physiotherapy for long periods of time beyond the healing of the actual bone fractures to get everything to work again, because there's no such thing as bone without muscles in any form of movement at all. So you can see here how we plan based on facial anatomy, based not just what you see on the outside, which is actually very little, but based on what it does at skeletal level, which is what's really important in here. So I hope this gives you an overview of the complexity of the planning that we go through to get to where we need you to be in the end, and why we can't actually entertain some of the requests. Oh, can you make it like this? Can you move it over here? Can you move it over there? Simply no, because it's going to jeopardize longevity, and I just don't see the point. It's dangerous to do. It causes problems in years as opposed to being stable for decades. And if we know it's not going to work, then the answer is just no. I hope this has been useful. Thank you very much.